Hey Mark, tell me about introduce result variable.
Sure, Rory. This is the opposite of inline result. It basically, if we have a method that returns a value, it introduces a variable for returning that value, and then assigns the values to it, and then returns it at the end. So in this
Okay.
in this example right here, I have a method that gets the name. It's not. I haven't finished writing it yet. I'm not using this all upper yet. But if I was going to use it with the current structure and I wanted to say, oh, if I want to have all uppercase, right, the code would get a little nasty. I'd have to come down here and I'd say, well, if all upper, then I want to return this dot to upper, like this, right? Else
Yeah.
this, right? So you feel it? You feel where we're going with this?
Yeah.
And then
Absolutely. Then you have to repeat all of that, won't you?
yeah, and then down here it's going to be like this, and then down here it would be this, and it's kind of getting a little nasty.
Yeah, it
And
gets the job done, but it's a bit of a mess.
and then if we were to add another boolean, right, then all of a sudden this gets even worse, right? It's just we're branching out everywhere. Instead,
Yeah.
what we can do, let me just undo all this. We'll get back to where we started. Instead, what we can do is we can put the caret on the return keyword and choose introduce result variable. And there I've applied it, and you can see it's now declared a result variable for me. We can call this, give it a new name like that, for example, like whoops, we're passing in full name. Let's do this instead. Just call it name, right, like that.
Hmm.
And now we can have this switch statement that still works right here. And then down here, we can just add the simple line of code. If all upper, right, then we can say
Yeah.
something along the lines of name equals name.toUpper, or we could say return name.toUpper, like that.
Nice.
And so now we were having this essentially duplicated with the else. Now we don't have that anymore. We're just it's just showing up in one place.
And also, because you've got no exits from the method happening in that switch case, you could theoretically extract that out to another method with much simpler code than would otherwise follow.
That's true.
Very nice. Excellent stuff.